You were live. Sarah. So, what were you saying about your water? It's soft.
Yeah, my water's real soft. I was given an RODI unit, and I didn't need it. Oh, I better. Damn it! You think I was new to this or something?
I just got a notification on my phone too. Yes, I want to set that up in there, in here, so I can do some other things. Because there's like some fish I have right now that will only breed if I top them off with RO and stuff like that. And I have like those. I have two crystal shrimp, black crystal shrimp, two, and they've been
Yeah.
living forever. So, hi Sam. So like I I want to like get a couple different crystals, just the black or the red maybe, just
Yeah.
to say I did them.
Now, they're caradinas, right?
Yeah, and they need the minerals. What is it? What is it that I put in for them?
Wait,
Is it?
I didn't put no minerals in with my
Yeah,
caradinas that I bought.
this.
Oh, just GH.
Yeah.
I get the one that's GH and KH because that's how soft my water is. I
Really?
have very little of it. So I get whenever I do water changes, I have to add that into my shrimp tanks.
I need them.
Nate, he's in the middle of a haircut. He's getting scared to
Finish
death.
it up.
Oh my!
Do you have city water or well?
So I got city water, and the way the water treatment facility is, it's like a big RO unit.
Yeah, right.
It's crazy. And look, that ain't no green screen, bud. That's an actual fish tank behind me. Smarty pants. And he says, yeah, "Oh, he's talking about my camouflage. Never mind.
CMO. Yeah, yeah.
He got me." But well, there was one night I was talking to Quarry Life Steph and
I
Maria
need.
Z, and we were going over like my water because I never chased parameters before. I never checked them, and so they're like, "Well, why don't you get your kit out and test it?" So I did, and I told them what it was. They're like, "Holy cow, that is soft." I said, "Really?" And then I told Doc Anthony about it. He goes, "You don't need the freaking RO unit." I was like, "Kind of figured that." I was like, "Oh man, making fun of my camera." Hey, I got a different hat on. Same sweatshirt though.
So hoodies can be worn several.
I need it down here.
They're cold.
Yeah, I gotta figure this out. I gotta figure out a way to heat this basement. But the way I'm probably gonna have to do it, it's gonna cost some money.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I have a heating pad on my back because my hip's been out and it has sore as hell.
Why don't you get it put in?
I keep saying I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it, but was gonna have to wait till Monday for that. So I thought about going today and getting a cortisone shot, but I kept saying I'll be all right, I'll be all right. And it is better today, but it's not like it could have went back in, and now it's just sore from being out and going in. You know what I mean? I haven't had the electronic shocks from pain today, but it's sore as hell.
Well, you might be all right then.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm just hoping. So I'm just hanging out with my heating pad like an old lady. Hey, my second grandbaby might be here Friday, so
Oh, that's good.
I know.
Oh man, I'll be here
Almost
before you know it.
70. I wish. My spirit would be a lot different. Hi, Bug.
Yeah.
Hi, babe. That's Breton.
Hey, buddy. Yeah, I had my
Well, anyway,
neck go out on me once. That was not fun.
what happened?
My neck went out. Woke
Oh,
up one
oh.
woke up woke up one morning and I couldn't move. I couldn't look left. So I ended up going to the chiropractor, and he that's creepy. Whenever they do it, I'm just going to say this because whenever he did it, all I thought about was the movie of where they break your neck.
Oh yeah, I watched them chiropractors go real hard on some of them people. You see them jerking them and stuff.
Yeah, well they did. Well, I ended up getting vertigo from it
Nuh-uh.
because of how hard he did it. Yeah, but I felt better. Yeah,
You
it's
still have
crazy.
vertigo.
I get it once sometimes. Not like
What
when
about
I
on the
first.
boat?
No, I do not. If I'm up underneath the car working on something or working overhead like for a long period of time, and I go to sit up or straighten up, I gotta give it a second. Then I get up. I'm fine. Just something I have to deal with now. It sucks, but when your skull's supposed to be sitting like this on your spine's like that, you got to get it fixed.
Bye, Sam. Yeah, so I'm there tonight. Hi, Linky. So we were going to talk about where's your support system? And it's something that we talk about in our house a good bit because I spend a lot of time in my room and going places and doing things. And he tries to be active in the hobby because I am, but it's not necessarily his favorite thing. And then you add plants and reptiles and all that other stuff into it, and it's just a lot. And I am thankful for what I get, especially when he builds stuff for me, and does stuff like carries tanks that I couldn't do. So, I mean, I appreciate that. And I don't think I could do what I do if I didn't have support from him and my family, even the kids, you know what I mean? So it's just something to think about. What about you, Skipper? Jen's been going and doing things. She has a tank now.
Yeah, it's crazy because whenever I first moved in with her, oh my, 19 years ago, uh, she actually had frogs.
Cool.
So she's into frogs and stuff, and we may set up a tank for her for that and stuff. But when I first started getting into this, it was just one tank, so it was okay. And then whenever I started putting them in our bedrooms, especially whenever I got four of them in my bedroom, she griped about it a little bit. But then whenever I explained to her what it does for me, because of my PTSD and stuff, and actually after talking to my shrink about it, especially whenever they tell you it's a good way to, calm yourself down and whatnot.
Right.
And she was okay with it. When I started, now there was one time I bought 240 breeders and 220 highs. She goes, "What do you need them for?" I said, "I have a plan." She goes, "Oh man." She goes, "I'm just gonna let you go because you know." But and then she sold. Can't remember where we got it at, but I think it was a heck of a deal. It was a 13-gallon view tank. So she started getting into it, and then we're, I, she's been to a couple swaps. I don't know. Yeah, she's been to both of them, the ACLC and the uh, CCY swap. She's been to actually both of them, so that was cool.
Right.
And then I think what was really getting her hooked was when she went into her first fish room. That wasn't mine.
Right. Right.
Last year, last year was Doc Anthony's, But then this year it was Richard Reynolds, and when she seen that, when she really was getting into the fish. Because at the time with Doc Anthony, she was tearing it down because he's getting ready to move, sell his house and stuff. So
Right.
she really couldn't get into it. When we went to Richard's house, she was amazed by it. I said, "Yeah, see, now I know why I do it." So she's been supportive. Uh, I mean, heck, I went one year. I did three big events. One of them she went with me with, and I always went to the clash by myself because she normally has to work. But this year will be a different story. She'll probably be coming with me.
That's awesome.
So, and yeah, I mean, she gets into it. She ain't like how I am, but like she loves it. I set up another 13-gallon view. I aquascaped it, and before she came home from her Louisiana trip, and she's like, "Oh my!" I said, "Well, I got these for your hill. I set this up for your hill stream loaches." So got the hill stream loaches. Then while we was down at Richard Reynolds, I asked her what she thought about putting the Suda McGill Gertrudides in it and pygmy cories, and she looked at them both and she goes, "Yeah."
Cool.
So technically, she picked all the fish out.
Right.
So
That's awesome. That's awesome. Brenton's worked at the swaps with me a few times.
oh yeah, but yeah, it's fun.
It is. Yeah, it is. Especially because, like, when you go places and you meet people and you really like them and they're your friends and you see them on here and he has no idea who anybody is, but I'm like, oh, I met them in person. They're really cool. When you get to go to swaps and see each other and he's along, it's easier to, communicate what I'm saying, you know?
Yeah, no, I agree with that because whenever we went to the Triple Crown, that was her first time being around anybody that you meet on here. And yeah, she's like, "Oh, okay, they get it."
Yeah, yeah. That's why I like Clash, actually, because there's a lot of YouTubers that go to it. It is cool. It is cool. Now,
I'd
my other
say,
half will do his bait fish in the summer. He'll keep them alive to go fishing, but he doesn't have any tanks. But I got those two ponds, and I got one for my goldfish, and then he gave him the one for his bait fish. But it became my turtle pond, so his bait fish don't last very long in there.
see, that's good though too, for real.
Look at
What's
talking.
up
That's
there?
right, Brenton. That's right. We're down here in the country. How about it, Skip?
Oh yeah,
Ah, I was watching actually an Amazon documentary today, and it is one place that I want to go only because of the species, everything about it. My favorite color is the greens, just everything. And we had Peruvian exchange students at where I work. We have them every year, and the last year's group really got into listening to me tell my fish stories. So they would, talk and they would tell me what they call them there and all this and that, and
uh,
basically told me, as a tourist for like an Amazon tour, it is very touristy, and like as long as you had money, you can basically do whatever you wanted, and so it got me thinking like that's somewhere if I could pick anywhere to go, it would probably take a tour there. So
my
every
bucket
time I
list.
see Doc
Yeah,
Anthony, that's what I think about.
that's one of my bucket list things is to actually go to his research center.
That'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Sketty's back.
Hello, hello. Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be awesome.
my main thing about that down there is if you truly think about it, it's kind of one of the biggest deals for the hobby because of the stuff that they have down there that they can catch, and also at the research center what they're teaching. You know, I want to go experience it. Go collect fish. You know, say, hey, I got collect. Now it's probably gonna cost some money to ship it home, but it would be pretty neat, you know, to collect there.
Just to even do it, yeah. I'd like to maybe go fishing myself,
Yeah,
like fishing,
oh, you could definitely do that down there.
right?
Listen, Doc, they would love me down there. Oh, I forget. I saw it pop up on YouTube side. Well, I definitely really want to get into more into that collecting. So one of the things I want to do here is so it's hard it's hard to collect fish like we did down in all right, Big Steve.
I think we should do a field trip. A bunch of us go. Field trip.
That's not
Dog,
a bad idea.
we're
Um,
coming.
but how we did it down in Florida is with a net. You know what I mean? Like a big net, dip net they call them. Up here in our creeks, that's going to be hard to do.
Right.
So the way we have to do it is use like minnow traps and stuff like that. Well, one of the things I wanted to get was one. I've seen them on Amazon. It's a big circle. Well, actually, it's like an octagon or pentagon. It
Yeah.
has the holes that go in. You just set it in there and see what you can catch. The unfortunate part for us up here, we got to release them. We can't
Right.
technically put them in our tanks. You know. Now you can do the bait fish thing. I did that. Whenever we was doing the catfishing, all you need in the rules is a fishing license. That's it.
Right. That's what Brenton does. Yep.
What airline did I fly from Florida? It was Southwest.
She's going March 3rd. Now we're jealous. Have fun and be safe.
Yeah.
We are jealous. Take many pictures to share.
Yeah, she's going down to Florida, I believe. Not too far from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's going to Florida. Uh, I think she's going not too far past Richard Reynolds' house. Go to Florida. Till the turtles find. Yeah, I know that's the problem. The turtles finding them. Well, a lot of them snapping turtles that I have up around this way are not normally in the rivers or in the creeks. They're more in the pond areas up here, and like your
Yeah.
swamps.
I
Where
don't
where
know.
I was.
Brenton got a big one out of the river down by your house.
Uh, well, that's more of a standing.
Yeah.
The water is standing there pretty much too, isn't it? Doesn't
Yeah.
flow fast.
No. I think there's a nice undertow there, but I never went out in it. I
Yeah,
think
I'm
I think it moves faster underneath than you think.
because you're up from the first bridge a little ways, or
Yeah.
how far up? Yeah,
Sawmill. We get on Sawmill Road.
I might have to look that up now.
Oh yeah, they'll do it too. I caught the biggest one this past. Like my red-eared slider's big. That painted was huge. Had to be old.
Hmm.
Ah, that'd be awesome. Yeah, that'd be really cool. That's who you
Oh,
got to see those two, right?
Yeah, whenever I was down there, of course, I was with Richard the whole time, but Nathan came over. Dennis did SWFL Aquatics. Uh, Aquarium Fantasy was there. Eduardo was there. So yeah, it was good.
Where did she say? Naples, Sarasota, too. Oh, I wish I was going to Florida. Anywhere that was nice weather right now.
Oh, I know, right?
I can't wait till the ski resort says we're done for the year, because then spring is usually right around the corner. But I'm over it.
Oh yes, Garcia also. He was so
Oh,
quiet, I forgot about him. Garcia came up and hung out with us.
Garcia was
Yeah,
quiet. Wow.
yeah, I know. I said, I said, quit it. Like you're always like that around me. I said, what are you doing?
That's funny.
No, not that Dennis. It's a different Dennis. Uh, Not Dennis Christian. He lives up in Connecticut. SWFL. He lives down by Fort Myers. That Dennis. And she gave me them German Rams. I'm just loving them.
What temp you got them at?
Well, right now they're in the lower 70s, but it'll jump up when we get some warm weather here. That's why I get this basement heated.
My we have a ski resort in the winter and a golf course in the summer. So it's an all season resort technically. That's awesome though.
I don't
That's
think
right.
I.
Thanks, Lanky.
I don't think I've golfed there.
Yeah, there's 9 holes.
Yeah, I didn't golf there. I was
Well,
thinking
let
of
me know
it.
if you're golfing. I'll get you and Brenton some passes. It's not the
I,
greatest, but it's not the worst either. It's a good place to just carry on.
yeah, yeah. I need
How did you
to.
get your fish?
Well,
You,
bagged them up, put them in the carry on, and took them on the plane with me. When I went through TSA, I told him I wanted to hand check, and he's like, "Why?" I opened it up. He goes, "Oh." So the manager came up and he said, "I'll go through it with you." He goes, "It's been about 9 years since fishing on the carry on came through here."
nuh-uh. That's
Yeah,
funny.
but I've done it before. I did it from California. And the first time I did it was actually from Portland. Whenever you do that, you go and talk to them about them, and like actually each time
Interesting.
they've all been interested in it. So
Especially when you have them right there to show them. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I started naming off species. He goes, "All right, you're good."
That's funny.
Well, whenever
Yeah.
it was California last year, whenever we were coming back from Doc's house, they wouldn't let me leave. They just kept asking questions.
So you
Like,
brought them back then too, huh?
yeah, yeah. Just you got to make sure they're double bagged. Whenever we was coming, I didn't notice it whenever I did it from Portland the first time when I was up at the Fishtoberfest, but I noticed it coming back from uh, California because the bags expanded.
I was just gonna ask you about pressure in there because you'd be in the pressurized thing, but if you checked them, there's a chance they wouldn't be in the pressurized area. So
Exactly.
yeah.
They, it was sitting in a bag right down next to my legs. Well, the funny part was before I noticed that we were flying and up in the, I don't know if it was in our seat. It was in our seats. A chip bag popped. And you want to talk about people being fucking or excuse me, being nervous? They thought it was something else because you're in an airplane.
Yeah.
It was a big boom. Oh, you damn right. They were. So not only did I get fish from his place, but we was at the fish stores. Oh my god, the prices of their fish was way, 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 way cheaper than ours, and it was crazy. So I kind of went
In
crazy.
California.
Yeah, because of the ports.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was.
Wow.
But yeah, that's when I noticed that the bags were expanding. I started to get nervous. It's like I can't
Oh,
have
I
these
would have
pop.
too. I would have
But this,
too.
yeah, I was nervous.
So maybe not fill them too tight with air at first, so they have room to expand.
Yeah, you don't want to. Yeah, you don't want it to be too tight, but tight enough that nothing will leak out
Right.
because that's a possibility. It could happen too. But what I did was this time around, I had a carry on, and I put towels in it just in
Yeah.
case, and it did leak a little bit, but it was the way we bagged them. What is my favorite Corey right now? We'll say what's in what I own is going to be my CW 127s, the Super Parallelist. But I love my black Schultz eyes too. So
I finally got stir buys. I like them a lot too.
yeah, it's funny because as long as I was, I've been doing it since 2018, and I love Corey Doris. I never had them, and it's one of the most
Really?
Corey Doris to get, and I just never did. And then I finally got them off of oh, who was that? Fish Rumor. I need to message him, see how he's doing. I haven't talked to him in a while. Haven't seen him in the chats neither. But I, yeah, yeah, I bought some off of him, and I really liked them.
Oh yeah, the lasers are nice.
I mean, yeah, I do like them, but I feel that they're the albino lasers. I don't feel. I mean, they're beautiful fish. I do love them. It's hard to really choose, but I got to get more CW 127 so I can get. I'd like to breed them, but they're kind of expensive. But they gar
What color
uh,
substrate do you use?
for my black Schultz eyes, it's a light. So if I use stone and I get it from Petco, I get the nutmeg color of what they have, and or just white sand. Because if you put in something dark, they're going to blend in really easily. You got to have lighter contrast colors in it for them to, look good.
Right. Yeah, we were talking about you, Garcia. About you guys all hanging out in Florida. I'm so jelly.
We're going back down next year, but we're going to the Keys.
Oh yeah. My
Yeah.
aunt had a condo there, and she was like on the 23rd floor. The hurricane, this one, not the last one, but the second to last hurricane did some damage to it, so they had to evacuate. And she's still not back in, and it's gonna be almost a year. So my grandma left her the house, so she's currently staying here in Pennsylvania. So it's really cool to have her close. And she just told me recently there's a chance that she make it her home base and travel in this like maybe emptier condo. And if that's the case, she asked me to go down and help her. Like we'll drive down, pack up, and then drive home with a U-Haul or whatever. And let me tell you, I'm gonna try to make it happen.
So what part of Florida?
She's at St. Petersburg.
Oh,
It's like on the Gulf side a little bit.
yeah.
It's like in the middle, but not.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I got to see those condos up close. There's no way I could live like that.
Well, she didn't live there, and it was like this. She had just been there almost a year when that happened, and like she even told me, if you come visit, you're gonna hate where I live because I like the woods and stuff. She's like, you'll hate where I live, and I don't really like social things. So she said, yeah, you'll hate where I live. But her condo was a lot of people her age, 60, 60s, 70s. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
she liked that low key stuff because it's just her and her kitty cat. But yeah, I don't think she liked it much either.
you're stacked on top of each other. I
What
don't like
is?
that. Them big condos like that where you said she's
Oh,
on the 23rd. I couldn't know. I couldn't live
23.
like that. Nope.
Yeah, no. Breton asked if you ever used a cast net.
No, I actually have not. Uh, wait.
He did it at the beach one time, and I thought it was kind of cute.
No, I did try to. Wait a minute. No, I have not. I thought I did try it somewhere, but no, I didn't. No, I would like to. I've seen it
Breton will
made.
do it with you. He does
I've,
that for minnows when he goes.
I see the problem is the cricks around here to get. Well, it depends on what you want to get. If you're wanting to get chubs or minnows, you got to get them out of our sup Craig, uh, our little waterways down this way. But I never like. I seen some fish in the river, down here by the bridge, and I want to know what they are. They look like darters, the way they were sitting on the bottom, close to the
Oh,
beach.
Breton has got darters out by accident, thinking they were minnows and stuff, and I think they are so cool. But some of
Yeah,
ours are protected.
yeah, but what I thought was crazy was I did not know we had them, right? And I
Oh
was
yeah.
like, I never seen them like where I grew up at. We didn't have that big of body of water like this river here, so we just had like the basic, like chubs, uh, and redfin minnows, but
Well,
nothing.
Breton got that one darter out of a little stream that's like this over at Sunbrook.
Oh,
They
okay.
just, yeah, so they're there. I just think because I didn't think I was amazed, and he's like, yeah, I catch them all the time, but I never had like scooped them up. But he gets them by like um kicking rocks and stuff. No, oh yeah, he
Right.
needs a permit for the net.
Oh, okay.
But at the beach, it was cool.
That's right. You do need a permit. I do remember reading that. It's like, why do I want to? Because I think I looked at the price of it. Because I was going to get it and do it. I think it was like $50 for the year. Stupid.
I know if you have a fishing license, don't tell them my spots.
I can find you.
That's funny.
But I really wanted to do it because I know it's in the waterways where I grew up. I'd like to see, other spots, and I want to get a different style of trap. Like I was saying about that Pentagon one,
Yeah.
I want to try that just to see.
I got this a rectangle one that's like the same material as that with the two holes, and I caught
Oh,
absolutely nothing with mine.
well, I have the minnow traps. The cylinder ones that you put
Yeah,
together. The only thing I didn't like about them was the bait would be up at the top floating, not like doesn't sink. Especially if you use bread.
yeah,
Well,
mine
I
has a
came.
zipper where you a pocket.
Oh, yours did.
Yeah.
Yeah, my. Well, yeah, that one probably does, but the one that I use doesn't,
Oh,
and it gets very frustrating. Been there, done that, but I'll do it again.
yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, I've been seeing them whenever I look for stuff. Did you bury it? What? Sorry. What the shit did you bury it? Good night, Scotty.
Did I what? My trap?
He meant bait.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes, in person, Garcia. Well, next time you better not be so stinking quiet. Quit being scared of me.
I even use good fish food.
Oh yeah.
Well, I had it with me.
Well, the one when you get the one from Walmart, this cylinder looking one, it doesn't have nothing to put the bait in. You just put it inside of it and shut it. Well, it floats up to the top of the trap, so a lot of your fish are staying out eating it there. So I found
Right.
this thing that you connect in between, and it holds it in the middle. This little bait ball thing you can use because they didn't have it. Them ones don't come with it.
That's cool. Craig.
Yeah, I got
Oh,
to
yeah.
try. I'm going to try it out because a buddy of mine camps down by the river. You go across the bridge, you come into Saxton, you cross the river. Well, you got the land that dips down like it's lower than the road going in. Well, off to the right down there, he has a campsite, and that's where I saw them. Those darters I was talking about, and
Right.
that's where I want to try it.
Well, Breton has one in Newton Hamilton. His son does. So that's where they go. So you know where that is, right down from.
Oh yeah, I know where it is.
That's where I got my trap from. Was Timu, the zipper one.
It'd probably be pretty cheap.
Yeah, I think I paid less than $5.
I did get stuff off of there. I was looking through stuff a couple days ago whenever I found out I had lemon blue eyes and they were ready to come out and I wanted to raise them up more.
Right.
But, I don't remember what I bought that stuff for. I had an idea in my head and I totally forgot. So I
Because it
got
takes so long, huh?
yeah.
I
Well,
hate waiting.
once I saw it the day it came in, I knew. But then once it came down here and I didn't see it for a while, I forgot all about it.
Yeah, I just ordered some stuff from there, some food dishes for my geckos, because they're cheaper on there than my guy charges me to 3D print them. So I just order them off there. Um, some bags for my soil because they have cheap mailer bags in there. Some bug containers. Yeah, I like it,
You-
but I have to wait forever.
well, they started Team started to have facilities in the United States there too. Warehouses
Yeah,
are starting to do that.
yeah.
I
This other
still,
one said it was only going to take to the 7th, and that's really fast because I just did it like yesterday, and the 7th is, you know, what, 2 weeks. Usually it takes a month. We'll see.
but today's well, it's Monday now. Oh, that's next
Yeah,
Friday.
yeah. It's crazy.
It may be here before then. Then that'd be nice.
Oh yeah, it's sad. It would be nice because I hate waiting, and I'd like to bag up some stuff. I made some fruit fly cultures today, but I didn't finish them. I didn't put the flies in there yet, and got these containers ready for bean beetles, but I need to put the vents on them, so I did that today. Hoping to take some of my bugs to a reptile expo here soon because I got too many.
You have a little bit.
Yeah, so I would like to do that, but
That
I
one
don't know.
stand at the Reptile Expo, they did have isopods. I do remember seeing that now.
Yeah, they have a lot of the common ones that I have. I need a couple rare ones. They did have a rare one. I just wasn't gonna pay $45 that day for 10. I've paid way more for 10, but I wanted to get other things.
Yeah,
But there's a couple on my list that I don't have that I want to get. I want to get some more spiky ones. I like them.
try to remember who was showing them before. Oh, Brienne.
That's where I bought my first spiky ones was Bree.
Yeah, the Ferals.
The fishing more.
She was showing them one time. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I didn't real listen, man. I only know about the silver ones like we have around here. You know,
Yeah,
when you
right.
lift a piece of bark up.
I'm thinking about going to not fishing, but Aquashella.
Yeah, actually, Jen brought up about going to it.
Well, I wasn't gonna be able to go because it was the same weekend as our club auction, and I told you I'll be in membership secretary. I didn't want to like dip out our first auction as holding that position, so I was gonna not go. But the hall or whatever where we go overbooked, so we had to change the date anyway. So I'll be able to go. So Laura wants to go too, I believe. So we'll see what we
I
can do.
wonder because
Where's my
that's
book?
when is that?
I'll tell you right now. I think September.
Yes, it's the first weekend in September.
Yeah, first weekend of September.
6th and the 7th. So I wonder if I was looking at it here on the website, the Jersey one, and I was wondering if they got the hotel figured out yet. Because the hotel that it shows you, okay, they updated it. Holy hell. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Whew.
That I just did it super thick tonight and I regret doing it, so we'll see what happens. I might have to take half out of it. Garcia's going to be there for a week. But Steve, maybe I'll message you because I want to make sure it's right. But I did like cinnamon and honey and spirulina and stuff in mine just because I'm an organic experimenter, but we'll see. But I use beer too. I had a natty light tonight.
So the fruit flies you have, they're not the flightless ones.
Too.
You.
Yeah.
So
But
they
like
have.
look, mine are flightless. Look. Well,
Oh,
there's
okay.
there's wingless and then there's flightless. There's you know what I mean? There's two different kinds. But like here's my real good one. It's going crazy. See?
Yeah.
But I made this new one tonight. It is, it's a little bit thicker. But it has spirulina and other stuff in it, so I want to try it. But Breton forgot the hole saw at work, so I gotta wait to do my vents.
So I'm looking at the rooms. I may not be going now.
Why are they expensive?
One hundred
I
ninety-five dollars. One hundred ninety-five
yeah
dollars a night.
yeah. We'll just go down one day. You don't have to
Yeah.
go the whole time.
Yeah. I'm thinking that would be. We'll meet up and just go down, get up early and go. It's only 4 hours away.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And there's a chance it won't be this close again for a while, especially if this one doesn't go over too good.
It's already been said that, and it actually says it on the website that they're going to try to get back to Chicago and Dallas, not Dallas, Florida next year.
Yeah,
So
see.
this may be a one time deal.
Oh no, Steve, I'm really weird. I have this cool little Dremel that I use to put holes in stuff, and I already did that, and I'll show you. I already did these holes, and I made nice little holes, but I like everything to match, so I have to put these kind of vents on them because I'm weird. So I like all my vents to match. So
It's called OCD.
yeah, it's a problem. It's definitely a problem. It's a disorder. It's a disorder. So these are my bean beetles.
So how big do they get?
That's it. There's a bunch in there. You just can't see them because they're down in the beans. But that's
So
it.
how?
They're for frog.
Holy cow! I see them. That's a lot.
Oh, you should see the other ones. They're full because they go through cycles. Like they'll die off and you won't see them because they're down in the beans, and then in 2 weeks they're like all over the place, and then they die down and it just keeps going, so you just have to keep replenishing it with fresh beans and making bigger separating the cultures out and
Oh,
feeding
okay.
them, of course. But now that I have the dart frogs, I got to make sure I have supplies of food here. Well, I was doing well with my one culture. Yes, Striper, he said that's cool. But I got grain mites. So I had grain mites covering my fruit flies, and it pissed me off so bad I just threw them all away.
I don't know what those are.
It's just like it looks like it makes your container like almost fuzzy. How do I harvest the bean beetles? I'll show you. So I give them a concussion, and then I open this up, and I just take this out and they stay on there and I just shake it into my dart frogs and then put this back in and close it up before the concussion is off and they come back to life. And I beat them for the most part. I beat them before they get there, and if not, they get caught in the top, and that's their problem.
Uh,
And I might have one or two get loose. That time I didn't have any get loose. But the toilet paper thing, it definitely helps because, like I said, you just pick it up, shake it in there, tap it off. I actually messed up because I had that little gecko just born. I'll show you him. He's out. And I accidentally put too many fruit flies in here because of that. This is, remember I had the one die?
yeah.
This is its sibling, its sister. And it's doing so well. That's a Hawaiian morning gecko. And like, here's my finger.
So how
Where
big
is
do
it?
they get?
About this big, 2, 3 inches.
Huh.
But the thing that's cool about them is they reproduce by parthenogenesis, which means they don't need a male. So they're all females that clone themselves. So it's kind of cool, you know. And there's several different kinds. They call them A, B, C, and D, and like the A's are Hawaiians, and I'm still learning more. But so I don't know what my second grouping are. So I definitely have the Hawaiians that I bought at OCA, and I have their babies all together. Well, labeled Hawaiians. Then I got a pair and a couple eggs off my buddy, and I have yet to figure out what they are because they were all young. So I'm waiting to figure out which version I have. I might have more Hawaiians. I'm not sure. He didn't know. He just said they're morning geckos, and I traded a isopods for him. So we'll
So you
find out.
said
But
did you say self clone?
yep. So like the female will it's usually nice to have two because they do need to like rub on another female. So they'll like rub on another female, and then next thing you know, they'll develop eggs, and then those eggs will hatch, and they are exact clones of their mother.
Oh,
There's no male.
did not know that. I just learned
Yeah,
something. Like
that as soon as I found out about them, I was like, I need those. Those are way too cool, and it's easy to get overrun by them because of you don't they just breed on their own basically, but they sell for like $80 a pair because they're neat. So whatever, I'm gonna keep a couple pairs and then I'll, you know what I mean. And I like to build my little houses and stuff, so I'll probably build an enclosure and sell it all together.
oh, that's not a bad idea. How's your spiders doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. I had this one that was gravid, and I was waiting to see if she would lay any more eggs, or if like she would have to be bred again for the upcoming season. And she took her worm up there and hid it. She's up here in a
Nice.
nest.
Yeah.
So I don't see her with any like egg sacs. So I think she's done with that season, which is okay because those babies were coming through my vents and everything. It was insane. I would come out and there would be like teeny babies here and there, and they're like so cute. So it's like they're not even scary or anything. And it would only be one or two at a time because they were stuck behind the mesh. Only a couple would figure it out. But oh yeah, so I was like, please stop because they just have several. They hold the sperm and then just reproduce like geckos almost.
That was weird.
I've been raising roaches for my crickets for your little spiders. I've been raising roaches for my big spider. And the cool thing is I can throw a couple in there and like He'll be good for a month.
Oh wow.
As long as you just put water in, you know what I mean? And it almost is like he knows because like I have this big seashell in there as like his water dish, you know? And if he wants some, and there's a wicker in there, a water wicker that you fill up so he can sit on that wicker and drink too. But um, he like when it's empty, he'll like go stand in the middle of it. And I got my best pictures when he's standing there, like, where the hell's my water?
Yeah.
So that's like the only time I see him is when he comes out and bitches about where's my water. Because other than that, he's a night owl, just like the hogs in there. They're nocturnal.
Oh, okay.
Crickets are rough and they're really stinky and nasty, but roaches are easy, especially if you like dubia roaches. I found are a little harder because they like more dry, uh, arid. Like I put them on oat bran, and my other roaches are in a temporal, moist environment. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
if you would like raise hissers or something, you could feed your nymphs off to them, and they would go well. They're easy to take care of. But I don't know about your what you got in Australia and stuff. But any of the more temporal roaches would be easy for you, and you can feed any stage of them. So the roach might actually get this big, but they're from an egg. They're this small, and you know what I mean. So you get every size you might need. Something to think about. So I know my hissers are easy to breed. Those Peruvian cave ones are super easy. The orange heads are really easy, and actually, I'd recommend the orange heads. To tell you the truth, they don't get that big, and they're easy. So I would check out the orange head roach. I can even look it up and show you. I don't know if you can get them in there, but they would be easy. And they're pretty and they're neat and they have mustaches. Actually, like I have one casted, so I can show you if you don't know what it looks like. See his face? That's his back of his head.
Oh,
Looks like a.
okay.
Oh, I always go the wrong way. So I mean, it's not that big compared to some that I have. We'll put him on this shelf. Yeah, I would. But the dubia roaches are harder for me too, because like I said, they like arid. Now the beetles are easier because they're beetles. As long as they have food, they're fine. Like millworms, the darkling beetles for millworms or whatever. What time we got? 12:30. What do we? 8 people. Want to go for another 2 minutes, Skipper?
Yeah. We can do a full
That'll
hour.
put us at an hour mark. And then I'm gonna do some cleaning. My kids dumped every single toy they own out today, I think. Oh, and then I'll tell you a story without telling you everything. I have a separated cage for the hogs, and they have little houses. And Bubba picked up the little house and put it in the other one. Okay, well it was in there, and they're a boy and a girl. So I'm freaking out a little bit. So then I went and the little mushroom house like their little houses and their mushrooms was on the floor in there. So I couldn't find it, and it was behind the couch. So my son's too much in love with them, so I have to put new rules on them.
What is it?
Hedgehogs.
Oh. Oh.
So
Yeah.
yeah, they were together for a while before I noticed it. So we'll see.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Well, they were supposed to not like each other, so I think they might have just stayed away from each other. So that's good. They didn't fight or anything. I didn't even know until I was went to check on them, and I'm like, ah, one's missing, and it wasn't. It was over there. That's Cecil. That's Cecil. Yeah, I know that's Cecil. Oh, good lord. I remember that happened to me as a kid. We our fair used to give bunnies away, and I won a
Yeah.
bunny, and my neighbor won a bunny, and so um we each had bunnies. Well, of course, since she's my neighbor and my friend, we wanted to play with our bunnies together, and we didn't know about the birds and the bees and all that. So she had a boy bunny, and I had a girl bunny, and my bunny had 10 babies.
Oh yes. We used to raise rabbits for the cell barn. Yeah, that's a lot of babies.
But I mean, there were our parents thinking, "Ah, they're playing with their little bunnies," and our bunnies were doing other things and making babies. It's so funny. My rabbit's name, it was a gray one. Her name was Denise. That's so funny. We were just talking about our past animals and experiences at work the other day. And I said, Wade, do you want to be an 80s day? He goes, yeah. And I was like, and Mr. Big was on. And I said, I played this at my hamster's funeral when I was 6. And he started losing it.
That's funny.
He is. All right, we're past the hour. I'm happy. I'm gonna go get some work done. Thanks for being here, Skipper. Thanks for everybody in the chat, everybody
You're
being here
welcome.
lurking. Appreciate it. Same time, same place next week. I can't help that people change what time they go up and get on over me, but whatever.
Yeah,
Is what it is. I'll be
and
here.
it's funny because yours is on the calendar and some other people's isn't.
I know. I but this is like my fifth or sixth episode, but whatever. Is what it is.
I agree.
So then there's my support system rolling in, so that's all I need to know. Yes, much love. Cheers, Craig. Cheers. I'm gonna cheers to you as soon as I get off the stream, if you know what I mean.
Nah.
All right, I'm out of here. Have a good night, Skipper. Thank you again.